everybody, it's Bub again, and I'm back with my playthrough of Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta. Last episode, we ended up getting the key to the Torna Canal, but before we head there, we're going to stop by the pirates' hideout. See what happened to Boko. Boko's footprints. Could he have chased us into the cave? I'm just going to skip right through the cave, because it's really short. There's no way you can get lost in it. I'm just going to end up back here in the pirates' hideout. So, we'll get some treasure, find out what happened to Boko, and get some stuff from one of the pirates here. Some bird that goes to work is having its wounds treated in bed. Captain, please take these with you. 8 potions, and we're going to need them because that's the only way to heal, really, with our night class. We'll protect the hideout. That button we hit down there will open up this door in here. There was a door right there that would be locked if we didn't hit that button, so get 300 gil, that's really important, because that will help us buy some potions. We'll stop back at Tool then to pick up some more potions then. We found a funny bird collapsed in the cave. Well, let's head on in here. We couldn't go here earlier. Hey, there's Boko right there in the bed. Boko! Hope he's okay. Work? He's hurt. Lena there can talk with animals. We'll learn that a little bit later. She's very, I guess, Disney princessy. So, she has a special bond with animals, so. And this doctor apparently has a bond with animals too, because he knows how to take care of chocobos, so. And he promises that he'll take good care of Boko while we go out and adventure. Just leave it to me. Boko, get well soon. It's alright. You can leave this bird to me. He'll be fine after resting here a bit. I'm seasick. Not a good life then to be a pirate. The earthquake connected our hideout to a weird cave. We're pirates, and we do what we like. We'll be alright while the captain's away. And one more pirate to talk to. Captain, I love you. A little hesitant to say that. Oh well. Well, that pretty much takes care of the pirate's hideout. Once again, when I leave the pirate's hideout, I'm just going to off-screen leaving the hideout. And then for the rest of this episode, we're going to get some enemies that we could have encountered on the overworld. They're easiest to find around the Wind Shrine, and we want to go there anyway because finding around the Wind Shrine, we can heal ourselves up afterwards. So let's head to the Wind Shrine real quick, get the enemies in the bestiary to fill out. And we get lucky because we get them, all 3 of them in one encounter, so. Well, pretty easy. See, they're level 1, so pretty much you can take them out with one hit. There's some tougher enemies that are by the, it's a strange encounter zone, to the entrance to the Torna Canal. I'm going to show them off, but they're pretty tough, so. But you'll see how they're a higher level. Now, Faris gained her 10th ability point, so she learned an ability called Cover. That's an innate ability that all knights have. Basically what it is it covers enemies, allies that are in critical hit points. So we don't have to do this, but I just want to show how it would work. Basically, when you learn an ability, you have a blank ability in your command. So we just go into our ability section, and we can choose over from the right there a whole bunch of different abilities, whatever one we've mastered, and we can put it onto our character's, command menu when they fight in battle. So, I said, not really important right now because the knight has all these innate abilities, so we don't have to equip them on there. But like when we get our red mage, if we want, we can have a red mage with, you know, the cover ability or one of the other knight abilities that we'll get. So let's buy a whole bunch of potions because, like I said, that's how we're going to have to heal ourselves. Knights don't have that white magic. We did buy white magic though because our second class, the red mage, will be able to use low-level white and black magic. Alrighty, so we got all our potions there. We're gonna make another quick stop at that weird encounter zone here. This piece of land around here to the entrance to the canal. We run into some new enemies here that are a little bit tougher. You see, they're level 9 and 8, where the other ones we were fighting were like level 1 and 2. So, as you can see, they can hit pretty hard there. Knock down Galuf. I could just, Galuf can get revived at the Wind Shrine when we drink that water, but I want to try to keep everybody's ability points kind of similar. So I'll just use a Phoenix Down to revive him here and kind of show off what how to use Phoenix Down. So basically, if you want to use an item, you just have to select the item command, choose the item from your inventory, and then use it. Now, when you use a Phoenix Down, you don't come back with a lot of hit points. I think it's like a fourth of your max hit points. So you're still kind of vulnerable, but you're not vulnerable enough that the Knight's auto cover ability will kick in. You can tell when somebody is automatically going to be covered if they're kind of kneeling down. It looks like they're sweating. That means that they're in a critical hit point state. Enemies that are in critical, or characters that are in critical hit point state like that, the Knight will auto cover them if it's a physical attack. We pray here for the Wind Crystal. Princess Lena, the power of the wind continues to weaken. The wind power will fade slowly. Could the machine that was amplifying the crystal's power cause it to shatter? Or is the power of the crystals in Warus and Cornic is amplified using the same technology? If all the crystals should shatter, well, it's important then, I guess, that we get to Warus, where the water crystal is. We were told it's through the canal, but we also were told back in Tool that there was a monster that was bound and imprisoned in the canal by the wind crystal, but now the wind crystal is broken. That monster may be out, so this could be some tough sailing. Or, I guess, tough dragon, because we have a sea dragon, Sildra, pulling our ship. And here, Angel's going to open up the canal. Angels, where did you get the key to the canal? Wherever. Why does it matter? Come on, let's go. You remember we got that off of Zoc. Zoc wasn't going to give us the key, but then he heard that Princess Lena was committed to saving the crystals, which is basically the last thing her father, King Tycoon, told her to do. So here we got the only two enemies in this area. The suckers are like the squids in the front, and then we got the Octokraken in the back there. Now apparently they were only supposed to target women, so it's weird that for some reason they're attacking Faris. So now that guard command, what that does is it basically reduces physical damage to basically nothing. So one of the ways that we can cheese one of the bosses that only uses physical attacks coming up is have all of our characters except for one in critical hit point state, and then have the one Knight who isn't in danger use the guard command, and then that Knight will guard all the other characters in critical and won't take any damage. So that's the way that the low-level playthrough goes, and I'll do that eventually in like 2 years after I finish all the first 5 Fiestas. So you might want to heal ourselves here, because once we go down through that little narrow channel there, we get into this little boss battle here. So this is the monster that was sealed by the wind crystal. What is that? It couldn't be. The monster that was sealed in the canal? I'm losing control. We're being sucked in. Uh-oh. We have a boss battle here. It's not too tough. If you have a black wizard, this battle is really easy because the black wizard will have the lightning spell, and this guy is weak against lightning, so. But we're just gonna smack it with our swords. It won't be too bad. Soldier, what is it? Stand guard, something's coming. The only main thing you have to worry about with this boss is sometimes it uses this attack called Tail Screw that will bring your character down to critical hit points. Basically like the weak spell. Otherwise, it uses physical attacks, which are annoying because the physical attacks can stun your characters. But overall, not too much of a hard battle. It's still kind of an intro boss. So if a character gets around, say, 30 hit points or so, you might want to throw a potion at them, just to heal them up. So, otherwise you're just smacking it around. So yeah, now we're going to want to throw a potion there on Faris. There we go. And as long as you keep this up, this boss won't be a problem. I end up using a little too many potions, but better to be safe than sorry. Potions are really, really cheap, and it's better to just play safe, play defensively, especially at the beginning of the game here, when, you know, you don't want to lose ability points, so you want to try to max your jobs, just get as much points as possible. So there's that tail screw. As you can see, it takes Galuf down to critical hit points. Now, if you use the regular attack, the Carla boss, then one of our other characters would jump in front of Galuf and protect him. But hey, a boss there gives 5 ability points. That's why I want to make sure that everybody's, you know, up, because most encounters only give 1 ability point. The max, I think, is some give 3 normally. Now in the end game, there's some massive encounters that give lots of ability points, but for the most part, you're only getting like 1 to 3. Sildra. So get bosses that give like 5, 10, or more. It's really important to have your characters alive for them. So it's still alive. It's trying to take Sildra with it. 5 ability points is like halfway to the mastering that first ability. So we're working on our second job level here with the Knight. The Knight will eventually get a really good ability called Double Hand, and basically it doubles your attack power, because rather than use a shield, your character will hold their sword with both hands, and that is a good way to knock out some bosses. So you can have like, you know, 3 of your characters with a double hand, and then have that 1 defensive Knight like covering them. So Knights are pretty neat. So how's Faris? I think we should just leave Faris alone for a while. The ship, it's being cast away, isn't it? Yeah, so our ship is just going to, I guess, ride the currents. So, Faris, I'm sure Sildra's alive. Yeah, the water crystal's still around, so the ocean still has its currents. So, and unfortunately, though, we are going to be pulled into one of my favorite dungeons in all of the Final Fantasy franchise, the ship graveyard. Yeah, there's some pretty neat dungeons in this thing. It's weird. This is an interesting game. It has like some of the best dungeons in the series, and then also it has some of the worst dungeons in the series. So it's like you wonder if there was like 2 different development teams, because some dungeons are really cool, some are just really terrible. This one's really unique because it's kind of like made up of a whole bunch of different parts. You run around in all these scuttled ships. So there's our ship here. Where are we? The ship graveyard. A home of undead monsters made by the remains of drifting ships that gathered. Well, whatever. Let's get out of this place. Now, before we do anything, there's not a save point, but there is an inn here, or a resting point. If we go back down, to the left is the brig where we were captured, back at the beginning of the game. And to the right is Faris's room. And we could sleep here. We just head on in here. It's basically a free inn, so it'll heal all our hit points and magic points up. Not that magic points matter with Knight class, but it will heal us all up. Have us ready to go at max hit points for this dungeon, which we will take on in our next episode. So hope to see you then. Take care, have a good one, and thanks for following along. Consider making a donation, like I said, to Small Animals Rescue if you're enjoying. Have a good day. Bye.